Almost a year since Israel's military assault on Gaza began, the Israel Defense Forces are now preparing for a potential ground invasion into Lebanon. The US says that an all-out war in the Middle East is possible but not imminent. So, how did we get here? In just the last 4 days, more than 650 people have been killed, thousands injured, and over 50,000 displaced by Israeli airstrikes into Lebanon. The target is Hezbollah, a powerful militant group backed by Iran. These are the deadliest strikes that Lebanon has seen since 2006, and many are calling this the start of the Third Lebanon War. The current escalation began after Palestinian militant group Hamas attacked Israel in October 2023. Israel declared war on Gaza in response, a war that has since then spilled over into southern Lebanon, where Hezbollah, an ally of Hamas, has been involved in sporadic clashes with Israel ever since. Hezbollah, like Hamas, opposes Israel's occupation of Palestinian territories. Last week, the conflict escalated dramatically. Several thousand pagers and walkie-talkies, mostly used by Hezbollah to avoid detection, exploded across Lebanon. This attack killed 32 people and injured thousands. Hezbollah and Iran accused Israel of orchestrating the attacks, but Israel has not officially claimed responsibility. This was not an isolated incident. It's part of a broader pattern of recent escalations, which include Israeli strikes on Iranian targets in Syria and the assassination of key Hezbollah commanders, including the commander of its missile and rocket unit. It also follows an incident where 12 Syrian children were killed in a rocket attack in the Golan Heights, which Israel blamed on Hezbollah. For context, since 1967, 2/3 of Golan Heights has been occupied and administered by Israel, and the rest is under Syria's control. The roots of the Israel-Hezbollah conflict also go back several decades to 1982. Hezbollah was formed following Israel's invasion of Lebanon and has since grown into one of the most heavily armed non-state militias in the world. Supported by Iran, it's part of what's known as the Axis of Resistance, a network of militias that oppose Israeli and American influence in the region. Now, once again, Israel has shifted its focus to Lebanon. Its northern border with Lebanon has become a new front line. More than 70,000 Israelis have been displaced from the area, while over 100,000 Lebanese civilians have fled southern Lebanon. Israel's defense minister has called this the new phase in the war, and the Israeli military is diverting more forces to the north, towards Lebanon. The aim, according to Israel, is to secure the area so that displaced Israelis can return safely to their homes. But despite evacuation warnings, many Lebanese civilians have been caught in Israeli strikes, leading to a high civilian death toll. Israel blames this toll on Hezbollah, accusing it of using civilians as human shields, just as it blames the 41,000 plus death toll in Gaza on Hamas. Hezbollah has retaliated to Israel's aggression by firing hundreds of rockets into Israel, most of which are stopped by its aerial defense systems. After admitting, though, that the recent pager explosions were, in fact, an unprecedented strike against their capabilities. As retaliation, the group has fired a long-range ballistic missile at Tel Aviv for the first time yesterday, targeting Mossad headquarters, which has now prompted Israel to prep for boots on the ground, potentially, in Lebanon. The international response has been mixed. Countries like Qatar, Turkey, and Brazil have outrightly condemned Israel's actions, particularly its airstrikes in Gaza and Lebanon. France is sending its foreign minister to mediate, and UK is sending aid to Lebanon. The US, a close ally of Israel, has called for a ceasefire and a two-state solution with Palestine. But Israel has demonstrated time and time again a willingness to push beyond even US-imposed limits, as seen during its invasion of Rafah in Gaza in May 2024. As Israel's war in Gaza stalls with no clear end in sight, some analysts believe that Israel is taking a gamble by opening another front in Lebanon. Unlike Hamas, Hezbollah is stronger, better armed, and deeply entrenched. If Israel cannot stop Hezbollah from launching more and more attacks, this conflict could really spiral into an all-out war. Lebanon already fragile from political instability, economic collapse, and the 2020 Beirut port explosion, will likely bear the brunt. The last major war between Israel and Hezbollah in 2006 killed nearly 1,000 people and caused billions of dollars in damage. In just 4 days, Israel's latest strikes have already crossed half of that death toll. We'll stop here for now, with a promise to keep tracking this newsworthy story for you.